new families submit their submissions, and we've had a lot of families try to catch up. And we've also had a lot of families who are still trying to get the 5 bonus points, even with the, we made it harder to get the 5 bonus points. And there's a lot of families who are still willing to and submitting, and that's very, very good. Okay, so without further ado, I know a lot of people are waiting to see their scores from yesterday. Okay, so let me try to make this as big as possible. Okay, so here are the scores from yesterday. As you can see, it's getting a bit difficult to... Okay, so here are the scores from yesterday. As always, the numbers that are in red are from the extra points from the Kahoot sessions, and the numbers that are in blue are the extra points that are given to you from being the first to submit and being with all the criteria and following all the directions and meeting the time limit, which is 3 minutes. So for those of you guys who were not here yesterday, in order for you to get the 5 bonus points, all the rules must be followed and your video must be a 10, meaning that everybody in your team must be participating. All the questions of the challenge must be answered, and your video must be 3 minutes or above. That's the only way you can get the 5 bonus points. And it has been very, very, very competitive over the past couple of days. And I'm sure it's going to continue to be very competitive, which is understandable because we have an Umrah trip on the line. Okay, now, before I say the challenge for today, I just want to say that I recommend that you listen to the entire challenge before submitting the video. Don't just wait until I put the challenge on the screen and then quickly try to submit it without listening, because I usually elaborate on the challenge. And if you do that, you might miss some important things that I said that wasn't written on the challenge. So you need to actually listen to what I'm saying so that there's no confusion in there during your submission process. Okay. So the challenge for today is pretty simple. What are some things you understand from the tafsir of Surah Hujurat? Now, Surah Hujurat is a surah that you can find a lot of good knowledge from. And I didn't specify if it should be one thing or 2 things or 10 things. It doesn't matter. If you only want to say one thing and really, really elaborate on that one thing, then go ahead. As long as you know the criteria, as long as everybody's in the video, as long as everybody participates and your video is 3 minutes or more. But if you want to say like 10 things that you learned, go ahead too. That's up to you. So again, challenge number 15 is, what are some things you understand from the tafsir of Surah Hujurat?
Just to reiterate what you said, it's not only submitting the video that matters, but also the video must not be less than 3 minutes long. I think that's very important. So you don't go and record a 30 seconds video and send it to Sister Rahma with the hope you qualify for the bonus point. No, yeah. It has to be well thought of and must not be less than 3 minutes long.
And so, all questions must be answered. So every question that I say in the challenge must be answered. So, and that includes things that I elaborate that's not written. So just like how today I say, what are some things you understand from Surah Hujurat? And I elaborated on, it can be 10 things, it can be 1 thing, but some days it's not that fluid, you know? So you have to make sure that you're paying attention to what I'm saying and not only what's on the screen.
Thank you very much, Sister Rahma. So I know people are really, I believe some people are already fast at work right now, trying to get the
Yeah.
bonus points. So we have an announcement for the Night of Power challenges or challenge. But because I know people are fast at work right now, let's hold off a little bit on that and see if we can have some little clips here and there from what people have submitted. Are you able to show that?
Um.
You still have the,
Yeah.
you still have the,
Yeah. My computer is not. I don't
okay.
know.
Maybe I will show that. I will need to go up. Did you say you shared the drive with us?
Yes, I should do. You and Brother shut off.
Need to go upstairs and try to translate that.
If there's any questions about the challenge for today or about anything in general, you can put in the chat. You can raise your hand. You can message me directly, and I always answer questions. And if you see any mistakes with your points or with anything that has to do with points of the challenge, also feel free to message me. I always fix it, my mistakes.
Any question? This is the opportunity to ask Sister Rahma
Now's your
all the
opportunity. If you
burning
want me to
questions in your
clarify,
mind. All the burning questions in your mind. Huh? You can ask, who is Sister Rahma? Huh?
if
What does
anybody
she
has,
do? Sister Rahma, let people get to know you better. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. Who are you? We've
my
been
name.
doing this presentation for weeks now. So people got to know you. Who is Sister Rahma Deshina?
Okay. Before I answer that, let me reply to messages that's been sent to me in the chat. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, my name is Rahma Asina. I've been a member of Union for basically my whole entire life. I'm a student at University of Houston, and I study broadcast journalism. That about sums it up.
You studied broadcast journalism. So she's a journalist in the making, mashallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah. So that's good. See, she's a round, pardon my English, round peg in a round hole or square peg in a square hole. She fits it properly. Mashallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, now
Anybody has any questions?
another question.
You can raise your hand too if you don't want to put in the chat.
Okay, so brother, we're gonna announce the. Hold on. Hello.
And just to clarify, for today, I'm not going to be announcing the 5 points winners until tomorrow. So you're just going to have to see who gets the 5 points tomorrow, because it takes a lot of time for me to go through each video and make sure that all the instructions were being followed. So it's not like a quick process like before. So you're going to be seeing who won the 5 bonus points tomorrow when I show you the scores.
Okay. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So, thank you very much, Sister Rahma Adeshina. Then while we're waiting for Brother Sharaf to get ready on the Kahoot, which will probably have to delay till around 7:30, I want to introduce somebody that's very, very important to this community. We talked recently about Night of Power. Night of Power challenges. Alhamdulillah. I made an analogy. I said the challenges for this Ramadan is just like someone crossing a major highway. So when you're crossing a major highway, you have to dodge cars, you have to dodge bicycles, you have to dodge trains, or you have to many things. So far so good. What you've been dodging is you've been dodging cars, bicycles, tricycles. Now it's time to introduce trucks. So for those trucks will be coming in Night of Power. So to facilitate or to guide us on what Night of Power is and what the challenges will be, I will introduce my brother, my friend, Dr. Abdul Jalil Elias. Let me unmute him so that I can tell us more. Doctor.
Naam. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Am I clear?
Yes, I can see you. MashaAllah.
Thank you so much, Brother Shakir, for giving the opportunity to host or to anchor the next stage of this brand challenge, which is the Night of Power. So basically what we have, inshallah, we'll have 3 nights. And the first night will be mostly, as we know, we're in the last 10th from Ramadan. And this is the time when the Quran was revealed, as we all know that. So the first session of this, the Night of Power, inshallah, will start tonight. And mostly it's going to be focused on Quran, inshallah. We'll be having the Quran session into 30 juz. As we all know, we have 30 juz in the Quran. And so each of the teams will be randomly selected to basically answer questions in each juz. So it's going to be a random selection. And so if you, for example, are selected to answer a question regarding juz number 1, so you have to answer it. If you get the answer right, you get a point for that. If you miss it, we have an opportunity for somebody else to take care of it. And the way we do it, there will be a buzz in. So we'll be buzz in, the first to buzz in will get the chance to answer for the next, for the same question, basically. So we have just one chance to answer the question. And so we'll have the chance, all, teams will have the chance to participate in this. Depending on time, we may have to go for the second round. I understand we have about 15. Shakir, how many teams we have? Maybe 15 teams?
Mr. Rama can tell us the number. I sent you the screenshot of what she sent me.
Yeah, it's around like 20-something families.
20-something families, all right. So again, depending on time, you may have chance to go for another session, inshallah. And if I understand, Shakir, this will start, inshallah, around midnight tonight. Is that right?
Unless you want to protest in mass and say, okay. But I think it should start tonight.
I mean, people are free to give comments.
We're going to run it for 3 nights.
Yeah, that's right. So the plan is, because tonight is Friday night, we assume that people may, have, time. They're not going to work tomorrow, as tomorrow is Saturday. So we'll do tonight, inshallah, and also Saturday night. The last one, inshallah, will be hosted next Friday. I hope that we'll still have. Today is 22nd. Hopefully we still have, I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to get to that point. Maybe we have to do it before Friday, because I think it may be Friday or Thursday. So we announced the last, the third part of this when it's to be done, inshallah.
All right. So what do people need to be part of this challenge? Do they need to have a very powerful computer? Do they need to have fast internet? Do they need to buy a buzzer? Do they need to have a phone? What are the requirements?
Well, basically, they need to have access to the internet. If you have a phone and have access to the internet, that's all you need. You don't have to be, fast or super fast. I mean, if there's a buzz in, as I mentioned, if you have, fast internet, you may get the chance to, to participate in the, in the bonus points. But obviously everybody will get a chance. So once we have a computer or a laptop or a tablet or even a phone with access to internet should be fine. So the buzz in, I see a question here. The buzz in will be based on buzzin.com. which is an open, just open website. You can go on it. I will give the instructions basically before we start. I will give all the instructions now to buzz in.
Okay, so
another question?
We'll be passing the instruction at the time of the games.
That's right.
All right. So since we have nobody's protesting the time, inshallah, the games will start at 12.
I think there's a request to repeat the instructions one more time.
I think that request is for the challenge Sister Rama.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
That Sister Rama will present it one more time, but before she does, inshallah, Night of Power challenges will start at 12 a.m. 12 a.m. Central Time, which equates to 1 a.m. Eastern Time, which equates to 6 a.m. Nigerian time. So wherever you're connecting from, just note the time. So if you're in Houston, Chicago, and some part of Canada, you may be looking at 12 a.m. If you're in the eastern part of Canada, you might be looking at 1 a.m. your time. If you're connecting from Atlanta, Florida, 1 a.m. If you're connecting from Lagos, Nigeria, 6 a.m. So we welcome every participant from all around the world, from around the globe. The grand prize is Umrah. So what's going to happen is the Kahoot games you've been playing, the Ramadan challenges you've been participating in, they will form the bulk of the scoring. And then we'll add this Night of Power challenges to it. So whoever comes top, we get the family that comes top will get the ticket to Umrah. And then we have other consolation prizes. Alhamdulillah, one of our donors, so this Ramadan challenge, ongoing Ramadan challenge competition, is the person you're actually looking at, Dr. Abdul Jalil Elias. Jazakallah khairan, doctor, for contributing, donating to this cause. May Allah reward you and your family abundantly. All right. Okay, so doctor. Hello, doctor. Doctor. Doctor, assalamu alaikum. Yeah, but I can what you are muted. Let me check.
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, I'm unmuted now.
Okay, so yeah, I thought as much. So let me make a call so that you won't go get that issue again. Okay, so doctor, I said Jazakallah khaira for being a co-sponsor for this ongoing Ramadan challenge. May Allah reward you and your family abundantly.
Amen.
Not only are you contributing money, but you also contribute your skill set and your time to this competition. This is very laudable. We encourage everybody, parents, uncles, aunties, doctors, lawyers. If you're listening to us, we're still welcoming donors. Please reach out to us and donate. We want all our community members that have participated in this ongoing challenge so far, we want them to be handsomely or beautifully rewarded. Please donate to this cause, and Allah will reward you abundantly. So somebody put a question here, said, can you please repeat the Night of Power challenge instructions?
Okay, sure. Again, this is about the Quran, especially as we're in the last 10 of Ramadan, and it will be the session is in 3 parts. The first part will happen tonight, inshallah, at around midnight Houston time, and we have questions that is divided equally within the 30 juz of the Quran, and we will have select teams randomly, and once they're selected, they will have to answer a question relating to that juz of the Quran. Sometimes it could be a surah is projected up on the screen, and there will be options provided to where is this particular ayah. An ayah is projected. Where is this particular ayah in that juz? If it's what surah it is, and sometimes it will be in the form of surahs or ayahs projected. You mentioned which of the surahs is not, doesn't have that particular surah ayah. Sorry. So different, different options, definitely. And as I mentioned before, if the first team that go for that question miss it, then there's a chance for the next person or that comes in through the buzzing system, which I'm going to give instruction, inshallah, later on, before we start the challenge. Then they get the chance to get a bonus if they answer the question correctly. So we expect, inshallah, to take roughly around an hour. It will be a live session, and the results will be collated, inshallah, on the spot, and should be, announced, inshallah, by end of session, inshallah. I can hear.
How much time would they have to answer the question?
They will be given roughly around 10 seconds. More or less, yes. So this is basically, I mean, I'm not sure what kind of preparation you can do between now and tonight, but we're assuming that, people will have, inshallah, ufas amongst them, the teams, or, we choose ayahs that are relatively, popular, for example, that people can, easily, relate to those particular ayahs, inshallah. Even if you're not too fast, you should be able to at least give it a good trial, inshallah.
Okay, there's a question that's, is Night of Power Challenge replacing Ramadan Challenge? No, emphatic no. In fact, as I mentioned, the bulk of our scoring will be coming from Ramadan Challenge, the ongoing Ramadan Challenge. Night of Power will factor into, will also help us with the degree of separation. So, and that's the way it's gonna work. So you cannot take your eyes off any challenge. Kahoot, Night of Power, Ramadan Challenge, all those three challenges go hand in hand. If you miss one, your score is gonna go down. If you do not participate in one, your score is gonna go down. So don't be that lazy student that says, okay, you know what, let me just target 70%, I'll be good, and as long as I score maybe A. No, you need to get not only A, you need to get A plus, 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 whatever plus is. So you have to be the best of the best. Hey, Umrah is not cheap, so you gotta work so hard for it. Ramadan is not cheap, so you gotta work hard to get the reward of Ramadan too. Okay, so I don't think there's any other question. Somebody, I think Brother Sharaf or his family asked what's the Night of Power Challenge again, but I don't think we should be repeating it. We'll fill him in. We'll keep repeating the announcement later on. Maybe after the next tafsir, we'll announce what Night of Power Challenges is again. We'll let you know. But for now, we're going to pause transmission and we'll go and make Salat al-Asr here for those of us here in Houston. I believe those going in Eastern time zone would have already made Asr. So we in Houston, we're going to go make a pause now. We're going to make Salat al-Asr. So Kahoot is after Tafsir today. So you should note that Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, Kahoot will mainly will be after Tafsir. So we'll be around 7:15, anytime from 7:15. So if you
after the second Tafsir, so
exactly.
Tafsir.
Yes. So if you want to participate in the Kahoot, make sure you tune in at that time. We don't know the exact time the second Tafsir is going to end, but my projection is about 7:15. So, all right. So let's go make Salat al-Asr. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating. Sister Rahma, additional, you're still our major contributor to these ongoing challenges. We really need you. We really appreciate all the helps you've been rendering. May Allah continue to reward you abundantly. It's very rare to find a gem like you in our community or in our communities. So Allah has made you a gem in our community. Allah that has blessed you with this talent. We pray to Allah to continue to increase your talent and bless you with abundance of blessings more, inshallah. Dr. Abdijali, thank you also for participating or helping out. May Allah reward you too. Brother Sharaf, I know I may not say this enough, but you know, we really appreciate you with your Ibadan accent, you know.
Why now?
Brother Sharaf, we really appreciate you. O'clock.
Already, compile the question.
Okay, I don't say bin sap.
7 sap.
Alright, so Dr. Abrashid, who is going to be the next moderator for the next phase? I think it's 10% this year. Brother Shalani. So we're going to make Brother Shala, excuse me. Brother Shala. Brother Shala, did you know?
No, I think he's not online. I mean, he's online, but he left his seat.
Okay. Anybody, Inshallah, will be the moderator for the next phase. Inshallah,
Inshallah, you are unmuted.
Yes.
I can see the Erua. I can see the Erua.
Microphone over to you, sir.
Some of us are still praying.
Hello, pray.
Microphone is yours now.
No,
the floor is yours. I'm okay.
Okay, I play as card lucky.